It was good, everybody. Welcome back to episode 15 of the Council of Geniuses podcast. That was nowhere near the right amount of numbers.
Just
And
in case.
I think it's mirrored. Someone sent me a picture of you doing this, and then I said, "Bro, I think that's 41," and it was 41. So yeah, just do it both ways.
Oh yeah,
I
I
don't,
already did both
I don't
ways.
know which way it flips. But yeah, um, kind of funny. It's like it was like sprinkling just right now. It stopped, but we might get like slowed down because of weather delays. I don't know, but that's nothing, bro. Because we survived the the California
That's
hurricane,
true. That's true.
Hurricane Hillary, bro.
This ain't nothing.
Yeah, this ain't nothing, bro. Like I could go live in Florida or like Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic where they have hella hurricanes, bro. And that's nothing to me because I've already survived one already.
That's true. Got experience.
Yeah, I got that experience already. So I'm like an expert, you know? Are you good?
Yeah, I was just wet right here.
I wonder why.
Sorry. Let's continue.
Okay. Bro, stop looking at me like that, bro, please. Look at that, bro.
I was just observing, bro.
Alright, man. So recently, bro, I was playing The Sims.
Hmm.
If you know the video game The Sims, it's like you make like characters of people and like they live their lives out and stuff like that. I made Sims of me, Jose, and Abel, and it was pretty cool. Like they're pretty, I don't know, it's pretty silly, and they do like real life stuff, and they kind of live their own lives and stuff like that without your input most of the time,
Then
which kind of got me thinking, bro. Like, what if that's us?
nah, bro.
Like in like a simulation, bro.
Nobody's
And
controlling me, bro.
yeah.
Would they make me do this? I don't think so.
But bro, in the Sims, bro, you tell them to do stuff,
Hmm.
but sometimes they just do things on their own because they
Uh,
want to, because they have like some level of what's the word?
autonomy.
Automination,
Autonomy.
automation,
Something like that.
something like that.
You guys know what I mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. English isn't my first language,
No, it's not mine either, actually.
is it?
I realized I found out like 3 years ago that it wasn't mine either. As you can tell.
Okay, bro. Yeah, English is my first language, so I kind of struggle sometimes. I was in EOD, bro. Actually, I was in
Yeah.
EOD until like I don't know, like third or fourth grade. I don't know if I talked about this before. I've talked about this to someone. I was in EOD till like the third grade, cause my mom on like the school things they always say like, oh, speak Spanish at home. So they just assume that everyone who speaks Spanish at home like had bad English.
Mm.
And my English like especially at the like elementary school level was pretty fucking good. And I had to like test out of it. I had to test out of EOD. I knew kids who never tested out of EOD. Like we knew a guy in high school who they were like talking shit on each other. He's like, bro, that's how you failed EOD, and they were in the same class. They're like, bro, that's why I got a higher grade than you in EOD.
I don't get it because they would converse in English.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like at some point, bro, like, especially if you're born here, I'm pretty sure they were born here. Like, how, bro? How does that happen? Like, I have like family members, like, bro, my sister was born in Mexico,
Mm.
and she moved here like she was probably like 5 or 6, bro,
Oh, then it's
and
pretty
she has
significant.
really good English.
It's pretty significant too.
Yeah, it's really good English, like better than mine, which is kind of silly to think about, but I don't know, man. It's just really weird how that happens. But back to The Sims, bro. So yeah, you probably had the autonomy, bro, to do this.
Mm.
But if you have to like go to the bathroom, because in the game, like I don't know if you've ever played The Sims. You have? Oh, so you have like your character,
Mm.
and then it has like meters. So it's like okay, like their hungry meter is full, so they're well fed, and their sleep meter is like oh it's a half, so maybe take a nap or go to bed or whatever. So someone might see like the player, bro. They say like aliens maybe or whatever. Like okay, Abel, he's a little hungry.
Mm.
Let's make him eat some crazy bread. Not
Yeah.
sponsored by that place, actually. We're working on it though.
Yeah. We're in contact.
Yeah, we're in talks with all sorts of companies. Not that one though.
Yeah. That's all.
Not that one. We're not support that one.
This is some. certain things allegedly about a certain race of people. I heard, and I did not support that statement that they said.
I didn't hear that, but if that's true, I do not support it either.
Yeah,
I support all groups of people except litter bugs, bro.
I hate litter
I
bugs.
hate litter bugs, bro.
All races,
All
litter.
religions,
Oh yeah,
all religions, yes.
litter bugs, bro.
Litter bugs, bad. Only I can litter. You can't.
Why do you want to litter, bro? Just no need to litter.
You won't understand, bro.
Oh, for the greater good.
Yeah, only few get it, bro. Um, but yeah, it got me thinking, bro. Cause sometimes I'm just kind of living my life, and well, it's like a well known thing, I guess. Where like, oh, you enter a room and you forget what happened, like
Oh,
what
you
you're gonna
forget what
do.
you're gonna do. Yeah,
Yeah, cause that's the thing, like in The Sims, bro. And I know a lot of people like they like to role play like heavily into The Sims, and they'll mess with them with stuff like that. Like they'll send them to the bathroom,
mm.
and then they'll clear their activity log or whatever, so that they don't have the task to go pee or to go take a shower. So they
Okay.
just walk in the restroom and just kind of stand there, and then they just leave.
Then
So I was saying like maybe that's what they're doing with us, bro. There's also people who put Sims in a room and take off the door so they can't leave, and then they die in there.
oh damn,
Or
I didn't know it was possible.
another well-known sim torture method, bro, is they'll put them in a pool and they'll take out the little ladder
Oh
to
damn,
get out because they're like I don't know why the game they just have a program that they could just
yeah,
climb over. They need the ladder to get in and to get out. So if they take off the ladder, they just swim around and then they get like tired and they have to pee and poo. They have to pee and poo in the pool, and they can't eat and they just die.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like hopefully it doesn't get to that point where they mess with us like that.
That was pretty mean.
I would I don't know what the fuck I would do if I was in a room and the door just disappeared, bro.
I'd probably say a bad word or two. Like
I never say bad words.
I only say if door disappear. That's it.
Okay, we don't have a door in the studio.
Not yet.
Not yet. Eventually, we're working on it. We're working on getting a door. Maybe two.
Oh, like a little double door.
Bro, never mind, bro. I shouldn't say that. Never mind, bro. I'll tell you, but I won't put it in. I can't believe that in the video. But I told you. I told you.
Wow, that was a really cool story.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Maurice.
Jeez. Bro, actually, I noticed too that whenever we stop for cars, they're
Yeah.
never visible. They're never like audible. So we just kind of turn around and just kind of look at each other and get quiet.
Oh no, no, it's here.
Oh yeah, but back to The Sims, bro. I didn't plan on talking this long about The Sims, but it's just kind of interesting if you think about it like as a bigger like a
Bigger
as
picture.
a bigger picture than just a game. Because obviously as a game it's kind of fun, bro. You make characters and they live their lives and they have like families and generations and family trees and
Oh
stuff like
damn.
that.
I
And I
didn't
don't know,
know it went that deep.
yeah, it does go pretty deep. I know a lot of people are super into it. I have friends who are super into it. Um, shout out. I don't know if she watches actually. So I'm not gonna do it. But
Shout out you.
you know, you know, we talked about The Sims before. Um, but I can't get too into it, bro, because when I make a sim that's off me, bro, I don't want to see me get old and die, because I start getting like all weird about it, bro. So what I do, there's like a switch to turn off aging,
Mm,
and then it gets kind of boring, bro, because it's like okay, you're just not
yeah,
really doing anything. That shit cheese.
that was racially motivated, bro.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting because there's obviously your character, like the ones you control,
Mm,
but there's just like town people, like NPCs, bro,
mm.
and they go about their business and stuff like that in the background. That's something that I felt, bro, in real life, bro.
What do you mean?
Like I just kind of look at people, and I don't know, maybe it's like some form of mental illness, bro. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, cause obviously I don't know the way everybody thinks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the way you think. Like the way I think it's normal.
Mm,
Sometimes, like sometimes I do think like, damn, maybe I'm hella weird, and no one thinks like that, and maybe everyone does. Let me know in the comments if you think like this or if I have a mental illness.
perhaps.
That's a big
Yeah.
difference. Um, but sometimes, bro, like I'll be like just in a public place, and I'll look at somebody, bro, And then I'm like, damn, bro, like you're a real person. Like you have like thoughts, bro, and dreams and aspirations and goals and relationships and stuff like that, bro. There's no way. Like I don't know, like because obviously I've been told this before by Mr. Reed, bro.
Oh damn.
Again, fuck you, Mr. Reed.
I think you're a swell guy.
I'm cutting that part out. But Mr. Reed one time he told me I forgot what I was doing, bro. I was just acting a fool.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, all sorts of tomfoolery and hijinks and malfeasances.
And damn,
It's a
it's a
big
good one.
word, man.
It's a
Yeah,
good one.
learning all sorts of words, man. Um, and he told me he's like the world doesn't revolve around you. And then my friend Michael, he's like mine does. Um,
Damn.
but Michael's a real one.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, Michael.
Can you guys stop?
Cheese. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, cheese. Oh yeah, cheese. Cheese. Oh, damn. Bro thought about it, man. All right. But yeah, it kind of got me thinking, bro, because it's like obviously to you, like your life would revolve around you, I
Yeah.
assume. So obviously, I know there's people who are like, oh, like I'm insignificant, and they have depression or something. I can't understand that personally. That's kind of silly to me.
It's a pretty big statement to make, man.
Uh, but for me,
Mm,
my life kind of revolves around me, bro. Obviously,
yeah.
right? And they say that there's this thing called like main character like syndrome or something,
Yeah.
where you kind of think like you're the most important thing. I have that, I guess. Potentially. Cheese. It just kind of like wants to sit next to me. We're not okay. Not engaged. And I felt like I felt that really strongly, bro. Because for the longest time, like I just kind of never really thought of other people as like people. Not in like a offensive way or like a racist way or anything like that. Because we already said that I like everyone except litterbugs. So maybe litterbugs aren't people, right? But I remember it's kind of hit me. I was in a McDonald's drive-through, bro.
Yeah.
I know I'm just waiting for my food, and I'm like, damn, I gotta wait for all these other people to get their food because it was just a big old line. And I saw in the lane next to me because it kind of splits off
Oh
like
yeah.
this
Yeah.
and it
Good.
converges like a Y. The lane next to me, okay, man. The lane next to me, there was some woman in her car who was like talking on the phone, and she was like screaming, bro. Like obviously I couldn't hear her because her windows was up,
Yeah.
but I could see her, bro. Like she was screaming and she was like not having a good time, I assume. And I was like, that I don't know why seeing her do that. And I was like, damn, bro, like that's a person. Like she does things. She has like goals. And like something in her day made her upset.
Yeah.
And and then I look at other people and like, nah, you do not have a single thought in your head, bro. You look like
Bro, it's fake.
yeah, bro. Like I have thought about that, bro. Cause I watched this movie called the Truman Show. Have
Mm.
you seen the Truman Show? So it's a really good movie. I think everyone should watch it at home or wherever you want to. Um, but basically in the Truman Show, bro, there's this guy named
Truman.
Truman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's smart.
this guy named Truman, and his whole life since he was a little kid, he's been living inside of a TV show, like a reality show, and he doesn't know it.
No,
Everyone else knows.
that's kind of
Everyone
crazy.
in his life knows it's a show. He doesn't. So it's like his whole day is just recorded, and it's like a super popular show. He lives like on the set, but to him it's just his real life because he was raised that way. So everyone like his wife is an actress, his best friend is an actor. Everyone's just actors and actresses,
Damn.
and the whole show kind of like his it kind of revolves around his life. So he's the main character. He
Mm.
actually is actually the main character. I would say I'm the main character of life as well.
The Uli show.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
And then he starts to notice like weird things because like it like part of the set I think it was like a light bulb or something like fell from the roof.
Mm.
So he's just a random ass light bulb fell. And like since a little kid he had like a fear of water. So because he lives like on an island,
Mm.
so he wouldn't want to leave. And they kind of instilled like a fear of
Oh
water in
yeah.
him so that he wouldn't think of leaving. And then he kind of realizes like, oh, like every day at when I'm leaving for work, this car passes, and then this car passes, and then a guy on a bike passes, and it's all in the same order. And he tells his wife, he's like, "Look, this car's about to pass, followed by this car that's kind of crashed here, like it has like a dent
Mm,
on the bumper or something like that, and then this guy passes on the bike, and he's like, watch, and then they pass, bro. So he
damn.
starts to like kind of put together the pieces, and he leaves. He figures out that it's a show, and he just leaves, right? And it's a really cool movie, bro. I know a lot of like conspiracy people say that that's life, bro, and that we're all living in like a Truman Show where nothing's real and everything's just kind of actors and actresses, or not everyone. It could be everyone, but like a lot of things, they're like actors and actresses. Like maybe Abel is like a actor in
Uh,
in my show.
uh, adult actor.
Why the fuck did you say that, bro? What the fuck? Okay,
I'm an adult. I'm over 18, bro.
yeah, that's not. We know that's not what you meant, bro. Shut up, man. This is a family show, man.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
My bad, G. My bad, G's.
Jesus. Say you're bad to Jesus, bro.
Por favor, perdóname, Jesucristo.
You're not worthy, bro, of his forgiveness, bro. Um, but yeah, it's like I've thought sometimes, bro, after especially after I saw that movie, I started looking around, bro, like all paranoid, bro. And I was like, damn, like, what if this guy isn't real, bro? What if this guy's just an actor and they're all pretending to like do stuff and they're just watching me like whatever I do?
That guy's just pretending to eat crazy bread.
Yeah, yeah. He's not actually about the crazy bread, so
It's crazy to think about.
yeah, and it's like it goes in a lot with like simulation theory for me personally. I think I'm not gonna say I think it's true because I can't really say anything's true. I think anything's true. I know something's true or I don't know something's true. That's the way I kind of think about things, right? Like, okay, I know that my shirt is green. I can see it for myself, right? You can't because you're colorblind. So,
I know it's green.
does this look the same to you?
No,
Or you're just saying that now, buddy?
they're not the same to me.
Abel's actually colorblind for reals. But then there's things like outer space. I don't want to always talk about this, but I have to always talk about this. I can't see it,
I mean,
right?
I mean, when it's
No,
nighttime.
that I don't know if that's outer space or not.
Mm,
That could just be like a reflection or like a hologram or whatever. But I'm talking about like the moon, bro. I can't go to the moon physically, so I don't know if it exists actually. I don't know if the planet Jupiter exists or not, you know?
but
And I can never really prove that because I can't physically go there or physically like look at it like oh, that tree is real because I'm looking at it right now.
what if it's just a
I can go
fake
touch the
tree,
tree. I
bro?
can go touch the tree.
Yeah, but like, what if it's like a something that looks like a tree and feels like a tree, but it's not a tree? What if trees are just a figment of art imagination and they're simply just man-made structures?
Okay, but they're still trees to us. Like it might not be like what they actually are, but to us it's still a tree, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we can see it, we can touch the tree, bro. That's what I mean. Like I'm not saying like the tree is this. I'm just saying it's there. You're shut up, man. Um, I forgot what I was talking about, bro. Fuck you, man. But back to like people being actors and actresses and stuff like that. There's actually this like mental illness, bro. Don't do that, bro. Please stop.
I'm listening to you attentively,
Please
bro.
stop, bro. Unintentively, bro. Please. Thank you. Oh, um, so there's like this like mental like I don't know if it's like an illness or like a disease or what it'd be called, but where
Syndrome.
you yeah like a syndrome or something like that, where you think that your friends like aren't actually your friends and they're like pretending to be your friends. Or there's another one too where like your friends have been replaced
Oh, I think I heard about that
by
one.
someone who's like just like pretending like acting to be your
Yeah.
friend, and it's really weird. I don't personally think that. I think my friends are actually my friends. I think everyone's my friend. Mm,
He still believes it's real, bro.
uh, but nah, like sometimes I just kind of notice things because I feel like a lot of people just kind of go day to day and not really like they're too focused on the pattern, like the routine. Like okay, I wake up,
Yeah.
I go to work, I do this, I do this, I do this. Something I started doing, bro, is just kind of looking around. Like I started being aware, bro, and,
Oh,
and just all the things that I noticed, bro, and it just kind of trips me out. Cause sometimes I'm like, bro, am I a genius or am I fucking dumb
that
for
yeah,
noticing this?
I think about that too
Cause sometimes like, okay, like I'm a genius because I noticed this, but
sometimes.
sometimes I'm like, bro, I told someone that's like, damn, I just realized that other people exist,
Yeah,
and
that's yeah.
that sounds fucking dumb. My dad said you're fucking dumb. Like, what does that even mean? And yeah, like I don't know, I've always had these weird like, I don't even know what I'd call them, bro. Like mental, I want to say mental issues, bro, because I have mental issues, but like
Allegedly.
I've always had like these weird like conundrums in my head,
Yeah.
because like I remember when when I first bought my first car, I
Mm.
drove a what was it, like a Honda Passport or something, or an Element. I think it's called an Element. It's like a weird like boxy. You remember? It's like a weird boxy like SUV type car.
Yeah.
That was my first car. I never drove it. I just had it. Um, I had never remembered seeing that car ever. And then once I had one, bro, I started seeing them all the time.
Yeah.
And this girl that I was talking to at the time, I showed her a picture of my car. She's like, damn, like ever since you showed me him, I started seeing him too. So it might just be like a coincidence, like, okay, you're just not really paying attention.
Yeah, I think it's
And
that.
now I start noticing it. Or it might just be like this thing from GTA, bro. In GTA, when you see like when you drive a certain type of car, so in Grand Theft Auto, if you don't know, you don't play video games. I know not everyone does.
Mm.
But say I'm driving a muscle car in GTA, in the street, I'm gonna see more muscle cars spawn in. Cause it's just
What was that?
I don't fucking know, bro. Cause it's just how the game works. Like if
Mm.
you have a muscle car, it spawns in more muscle cars. If you have a truck, it's gonna spawn in more trucks. It's just
I
how
didn't
the
know that.
it's yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it does it. It's just easier for the game to load or something like that. It could be that, or it could just be like, okay, I just wasn't paying attention and now I'm invested in the car.
Nope, man. It's okay.
Now I'm just invested in the car, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I've always kind of noticed weird things like that. And oh, dude, can you go make sure? No, I'll go make sure. We're back. We had to take a little break because of rain delay. You would know if you followed us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Our Instagram is right here.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Also
I
just save some kittens.
I follow. Yeah, Abel saved the cat and he saved some kittens.
Yes.
I might put in the rescue mission.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I put in the Maurice rescue mission, bro. How's it going? It's going.
Rescue mission.
Rescue mission. Rescue Maurice. Oh yeah, bro's a
We
hero.
got Maurice,
He saved
bro.
Maurice.
Alright.
Um, but yeah, back to like patterns and stuff that I started recognizing, bro. So obviously there was the car, but that could be explained like, okay, like I'm just not looking out for that
Yeah.
specific type of car. Another thing though is I go to the gym, right? And normally I just go after work, so probably around like four, no, like around like
Yeah.
5 or 6 p.m. I'm at the gym. When I don't work, like days that I don't work, I go in the morning. Uh, starting to rain a little bit. I don't think y'all can hear it, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't be hard. It said it was stopping in like 5 minutes or something. Now it just says rain. I don't know anymore. But when I would go in the morning too, I would see the same people, bro. Obviously, like there would be some different people,
Yeah.
but it's like a lot of the people that I was seeing at the gym was like the same exact people. And I was telling everybody, like, damn, bro, like I went yesterday at 6 and today at like 8 in the morning, and I saw the like hello, like the same people. Like that doesn't make sense. Like, why is everyone on my schedule, bro? Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, at first it was like, of course we're all going at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah, because when I go at 6, obviously, like
Mm.
overall getting off work or just whatever reason, we just have that time free. So I see the same people every day. Um, but when I started going in the morning, I was like, damn, like I saw this person at 6, bro. And then there was
It doesn't even look like it's raining, bro. Is it just the drops in the trees with the wind?
no, I don't think so, bro.
It's kind of crazy.
But yeah, when I was going in the mornings,
Mm.
there was like like a probably like a week or 2 long period where I was going in the mornings, and I was like, damn, bro, a lot of the same people like switched over to my schedule, bro. Like
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like,
it's hella weird. Yeah, like obviously not everyone. Like there was some
yeah,
people who I'd never seen before, obviously, but a lot of people was like, damn, bro, that's kind of weird.
yeah.
And I started thinking about it, it's like, damn, like
Stalking me, bro.
yeah, like y'all stalking me, like y'all are paid actors, bro. Like y'all are making the gym look busy.
That,
You know,
that's an interesting point.
it is interesting.
CoG.
So there's just a lot of things that like if you really stop and kind of pay attention to your surroundings, bro, it sounds kind of dumb, but you're gonna pick up on like a lot of things are kind of the same, or like a lot of people kind of move the same. They do like similar things. And they fit certain like archetypes, bro. And then another thing too is some people just kind of look the same.
Yeah,
I don't mean that in a racist way, bro. Um, but a lot of people kind of look the same, or they just look like blend or like generic in a way. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see colors, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, because they're literally colorblind. Yeah.
Fuck.
Uh, but yeah, that was. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, like simulation stuff with NPCs or
Simulation.
whatever.
I mean, I kind of get what you're saying. I kind of get what you're saying. Like, I see your way of viewing people. Like, at the end of the day, all you know is your perspective, so you
Yeah,
can't really know other people's. But it was kind of crazy whenever I'm just like, the thing that first time I realized that was I was driving home with my parents or something like, I don't remember. I was a kid though.
mm,
I was just in the car and I would look at other cars and I'll be like, at first I'll be like, oh, I like that car. I don't like that car. I like that car.
uh-huh.
And we would be like, you know, the DS drawing thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Me and my brothers would all like be like, oh, is that car? We would try to draw that car and shit. And then when I don't know, all of a sudden I'm looking at a car and I'm like, there's people in there and they have their own life they're going somewhere to do
yeah,
something in their life. And I was like, damn, all these cars have that shit, bro. And I was like, what the fuck?
yeah. It kind of like it's a similar thing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that, bro, because I've always thought that I was weird and I just
I'm,
I never knew.
I'm pretty sure at least everybody has like at least one moment like that when they're like
Yeah, because
at
I feel
some point in
like
their life.
you don't really think about it. Like obviously,
Yeah,
like I didn't think people just stopped existing because I wasn't a little kid. When you're a little kid and you think the teacher lives in the classroom,
yeah.
bro, and you think they don't have a life and they just live at school all the time,
Mhm.
and then you're like, whoa, you go home, you're like, whoa, you have a husband or
With
a wife, you have
kids?
kids.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're like my mom. My mom has kids. It wasn't like that. Where again, back to video games, bro. Like open world games, you know how they work? Like when you just kind of see what's in your frame
Oh
of
yeah,
vision and
and it kind
everything,
of
yeah,
despawns.
everything despawns. It's still there, but
Mm,
you're just not looking at it, so it's just easier to render that way.
mm,
Like obviously I didn't think life was like that, that whenever I wasn't looking at someone, they just stopped existing. That was never the case. But it was more of like a like I just never thought about it. And I was like, damn, like that person's kind of like me, bro. Like I have a job and I go home and I do all these things. That person does the same thing, you know?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm really glad you said that, bro, because I always thought that I was just dumb for not knowing that, and then everyone knew. I guess just the way that I explained it, because that was like you were a little kid,
Yeah.
bro. I was like 17 or 18 already, bro, and I was just sitting in the drive-thru. I was like, damn, like this woman screaming on the phone just kind of opened up. Oh shit, people exist.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Because for me, it was just so random. Because you saw someone else, you're like, they're having an issue with in their life. I was just thinking at cars, bro. I
Yeah,
was like, damn, every car is like has a person in it. And there's hella cars in the world, bro. Like, damn.
yeah, everyone. Yeah, it's. I feel like another thing too is that like maybe we just can't think on like a grand scale like that.
Mm,
Like maybe like our brain, like our brains don't like kind of struggle to comprehend it. Because I know like when I used to think about like back when I used to believe in outer space, when you know how they say like outer space is like infinite, and there's infinite possibilities. Like it used to hurt my head because I was thinking like, damn, like you can never get to the end. Like because again, video games, bro.
mm.
You get to the end of like the map and there's like a wall. Like
Yeah.
you just can't go further because there isn't anything further. I would always think about that in terms of outer space. Like damn, like you can just keep going forever and
What I heard about outer space is that it's growing at a pace faster than we can go.
mm,
So even as we can't reach it in our life in anybody's lifetime, but even if we
yeah.
could, it's still growing, so we
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
reach it
yeah, because
anytime.
it's always expanding,
Yeah,
supposedly,
it exists.
if it exists, if that's to be believed. I don't know what you're doing. Um, but yeah, when I used to think of outer space in that sense, it always hurt my head.
Uh-huh.
So thinking that, oh, like how many people are on the earth, like 10 billion or something. I don't know. I don't know what the number is.
like eight, 8 or 9, 8 to 9.
8 or 9 people. 8 or 9
One,
people.
two.
Uh, but no, it just kind of like it trips me out. It trips me out because
Yeah.
like I can't really comprehend like that scale of things, and maybe it's just easier to feel like everyone else doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's true. And also, like, do you really like? I guess it's important because you have to like be nice to people and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
Because
it's
if
really
I
impactful.
live thinking that I was like the only person that mattered, bro,
Yeah,
I could
like,
be a dick,
yeah, you
and
could,
then I'm like,
yeah,
oh, you're just a bot, bro. Like it doesn't matter if I punch you in the face. You're just a like GTA.
yeah,
You play GTA and you're the main character, and you could just run people over and
yeah.
punch people in the face and stuff like
And
that.
beat people with batons
Yeah, beat
and
people
versus the police
and
officer.
do all sorts of stuff,
Yeah,
whatever you want to do.
yeah,
And there's no like repercussions. Like, oh, the police chase you for like a minute and then you
yeah.
lose them. But you gotta think like, damn, like I can't just punch anyone in the face right now. There'd be like actual
I
repercussions.
would cry. No.
Nah, but yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird to think about. And I just like simulation theory and kind of like thinking of it as like a video game, bro. Cause we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know if we. There's no way to prove if this is based reality or
Yeah,
not.
no way at all.
Like there's this episode of Rick and Morty. Do you watch Rick and Morty?
No.
Do you watch Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Let us know if you watch Rick and Morty. Please turn the page, bro. Um, thanks for turning it that way. Um,
It was a picture of my favorite
shut up.
apple.
Shut the fuck up. There's an episode of Rick and Morty where Rick he creates like a pocket dimension that he uses to harness like energy. So in the pocket dimension, like they shrink down and they pretend to be aliens and they like make a like trade with the people who live in the pocket dimension.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you're gonna do this for us, and it's just harvesting energy. And then when they go down into the pocket dimension people developed a pocket dimension,
Oh, damn.
and now they think that they're the base reality and they're just harvesting energy from their pocket dimension, and it's just like a cycle of pocket dimensions. It's like that none of them know that they're not the first reality. Like even Rick and Morty, well, it's a show, so they would know, right? But if
Yeah.
you look at it like a in lore, right? They wouldn't know that they're just in a show that we watch. But then again, like what if we're just in a show that someone else watches? Or what if we're in a pocket dimension for someone else?
What if we're AIs created in order to be in a show?
I don't know who would create you. That's just a waste of technology.
You know what I was actually thinking?
I'm
Like,
sorry.
what if, bro, what if GTA, the NPCs were like AI characters to make
Wait.
them act like more realistic?
All like what if they did that?
Yeah, what if it like
Like
made
for
it,
GTA 6
yeah,
or
like
something?
the NPCs all like have AI, even a little bit of AI.
Oh well that's I don't know if you played Watch Dogs Legion, bro. The newest Watch Dogs
Mm,
game, which I don't know if you guys have played it. It's basically just a video game. Like it's an open world, and you're in London, and you're a hacker, and you work for like a hacker group, and you can recruit like people like NPCs in the universe
in the
to
universe.
join you. Yeah, like in the in-game universe, bro.
Oh,
Like in the map,
like aliens too?
in the in-game map.
In the in-game world.
Shut up, bro. Um, you recruit like you're walking down the street and you're like, oh, I want to recruit this guy. So you go do a mission and you recruit him and you can play as him. So it's like everyone, but everyone in the game has like some form of AI because they have like a routine they follow. Like, oh, at this
Mm,
time they go to work,
no,
then
damn.
after work they go hang out with their brother, and then after that they go home, and you can see it in game. Like you can track someone
Oh,
and it shows you like, okay, from this time to this time they're doing this, and you can just run into them in the map
it's kind of
in
crazy.
London and they're like, oh, this person is headed to work, you know? So they would have some form of AI. And the thing is, like, eventually it's gonna get so developed that
Yeah,
they're just gonna think on their own, and then we're gonna be playing a video game where all the people just think they're real.
that'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah. And then it kind of gets thinking like, okay, if we can get to a point where we make that, what if that's just us, bro? Like, what if we're that and we don't know we're not real?
No, I know I'm real because I could do this. Like, no one would tell me to do that, bro.
I don't know. I don't know, bro.
You guys didn't see it.
I don't even know what that was. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, I guess
I don't think they would make that a button on the little computer.
Maybe it's super advanced, more advanced than our computers. Maybe it's like Xbox Connect or something. That's got to be some form of gang sign you're just doing. It could be like Xbox Connect though, and they're just like playing out as you.
Mm,
Like we just wouldn't be able to comprehend it, bro. We're just super advanced, and they just programmed you to be silly, bro.
dang it.
Okay, man. Yeah, it's just an interesting way to think about it, and I kind of like it as a like a explanation to like how we got here type thing.
Mm,
So a lot of people say like, oh, the Big Bang. The Big Bang doesn't make any sense to me, bro.
yeah.
I'm gonna be
I'm a
honest.
big banger face if you keep telling me that.
He's gonna Big Bang your face if you keep telling him that. Okay, buddy. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, again, maybe I'm just dumb and I don't understand like science concepts or something, or maybe I'm just super smart and I can look past things like that. There's no way of knowing. Because there's no right or wrong answer. Like, if we really think about it, there's no right or wrong
Yeah.
answer. This isn't 2 + 2 is 4.
It's like 3 times 2 is 5, 6. It's like that.
It's like that. You get it wrong the first time and then you get it right
Yeah.
after. And then because they say like the world is like built on math or something. Like how everything is kind of like mathematic, like in nature, bro. Like we have a formula for gravity, and we have a
Mm,
formula for this, and this is like gravity is like a force of gravity in physics, bro. Fuck you, Mr. Reed. I would probably know it better if I was in your class and you kicked me out every day. But I think like the force of gravity is only like 10.8 something, like
mm.
grams or something. That's not true.
Uh,
No, it's not grams, but it's always a constant number, and
is,
every time you do it. And I would always ask him like, Mister, like, how do you know this is true? He's like, oh, you just do. The formula says so. But like, bro, like someone made that up, bro. Like, how do they get these numbers? How do they get this precise number? I don't know. I don't know how you.
like if you think about it, someone made up the number one, bro.
Yeah, somebody made up the number one.
It's kind of
They
crazy.
made up the name one.
Yeah.
So weird, man. So interesting. I actually wonder a lot, like where, like how language started, because we all just make sounds. If you think about it, at its most, what the fuck, at the most rudimentary form. Another, don't do that. Another big vocabulary word right there, rudimentary. Um,
That's very rudimentary of you, bro.
Shut up, bro. You never graduated elementary, bro.
Bro.
Um, we're just making sounds, and we all just kind of know what they mean. And I know that if I put this sound with this sound, like it means this,
Hmm.
and you know that as well.
Yeah, like what if du bist schwul? Do you know what that means?
No, I
Like
don't
that,
know what
that was
du bist
German.
doer
Du
means.
bist schwul. Or ich bin able. That's I am able in German.
Um, Mama Huevo.
I know what that means though,
He
so
knows what that means.
it doesn't count.
Wang Ba Dang.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It means something in Chinese.
You could have
Um,
called me cute right there.
that's not what it means. I would never have learned those words in Chinese. It's some form of insult, Abel.
Oh,
That's the only thing I would learn in Chinese. Not because I hate China or anything like that. It's just interesting.
she's never been to China, so doesn't believe it exists, bro.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if China exists for real. I've never been there. I've never seen. You could show me a picture
Mm.
and claim it's China, but I don't know that as a fact. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have to go investigate.
Like
We'll tell you guys if it's real, cause
10,
we're not gonna lie to you guys.
10 likes and we'll go to China.
Yeah,
That's really expensive. Maybe 15. 15 is more realistic.
yeah.
But yeah, it's always like, bro, like I know what I've seen and I know where I've been to, and that's it.
Yeah.
I can't prove the existence of China. I can't prove the existence of anything to you guys. You'd have to see it for yourself as well. I have a distrust of science.
You could be a girl.
Yeah, I could be to you, yeah. Yeah, because you haven't. Okay, man. I'm not gonna prove that to you, Abel. We're gonna keep it that way, bro. I'm not gonna prove that to you. Sorry. Your plan didn't work, man. Um, maybe off camera.
Damn.
Um, but moving on to something completely different, bro. I wasn't even gonna talk about this,
Mhm.
but I saw this. interesting Instagram post today. Today this morning, I was brainstorming simulation stuff, and then I just saw this. So we talked briefly about the John F. Kennedy assassination.
Yes,
We talked briefly. Do you remember what we said? Or what you said?
that it could have. There was many people that believed different things, and that the main ones were obviously Leo Harvey shot him.
Hmm.
Another one was like he worked with multiple other people that shot him. Another one is he didn't have anything to do with it, and they framed him.
Okay, but they all end with John F. Kennedy dying.
Uh,
Yeah, there's a big group of people who believe he never died. They think that it was a big hoax,
And
like a big
he
like
faked
a
his death.
like a ritual hoax. So honestly, bro, I looked this up. There's a lot of things in this theory, bro, that I didn't understand the meaning of that I will get to briefly.
Hmm.
And I looked it up and I can't find anything. I feel like a lot of these conspiracies, they're like an inside joke type thing. Not like a joke, but like that type of thing. Like you have to know to know.
Yeah,
And I just don't. I just don't know. I'm not invited to the conspiracy theory brunch, you know? So I don't really know what they're talking about.
that sad to see.
I do my best. But they're saying that it was like a ritual thing.
Mm.
Something with like the Freemasons, bro, and numerology and all sorts of weird stuff. So there's this thing, bro, cuz Kennedy, the numerology, it adds up to the number 33, which is like I did some research. Whatever I could find was that the number 33 is something they call the master number in numerology.
Mm.
And that's all I could find. I don't know what it means. I don't know what the master number means, but I do know that 33 is like the highest degree of like a Freemason, which is like some weird cult type thing, like a secret society. So 33 is the highest.
Yeah.
So the Kennedy adds up to 33. He was born November 22nd, 1122. That adds up
Okay.
to 33, right? The license plate. It has the letters G and G, which somehow equal 33.
G and G,
Yeah,
but isn't there like more on it?
it's this is what it says right here.
Oh, GG 300.
Yeah, but somehow G equals 33. I don't know how.
I don't know.
When what letter number
It's not
number letter is it? A
30.
B C D E F G. That's 7. I don't know. That's what the
7 times
conspiracy.
7?
That's what the
No.
that's what the that's what the conspiracy people are saying. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm not really in the loop with this. But the guy, they know how there's film, like there's video of him of
Oh,
his
yeah.
assassination. The guy who recorded, I spilled it on my phone. The guy who recorded Abraham
Lincoln?
Zapruder couldn't have been Abraham Lincoln, but he's linked into this actually.
Oh, yeah.
Abraham Zapruder was a 33rd degree Freemason, which is the highest degree of Freemason
No,
there
damn.
is, and he's the guy that recorded.
Was just out and about.
Yeah, he was just happened to be there. They're saying that obviously like we've seen the video.
Mm.
It's accessible. They're saying that there wasn't actually JFK, that it was like a dummy in the car, and they have
It was you, bro.
they have proof. I'm not a dummy. Do not call me that, bro. They have proof
Uh,
that it wasn't him. That it was a dummy. I'll put it up here while I'm showing Abel. So they're saying that the head looks weird. It looks like something like yours. That
bro.
it looks like abnormally large, and the ear looks funny, like it's too big
Ye-
proportionally for the head.
Yeah, the ear is kind of big.
Yeah, and that JFK was also like a Freemason or something. But they're saying that yeah, like the ear proportion to the face and the head looks weird.
Mm.
Um, they have this picture that on Mrs. Kennedy, there's no blood stain on her dress when there was blood on the seat of the car.
No, that's kind of weird.
But that could just be any old picture. Like I can't
Yeah.
prove what picture this is. Um, and just stuff's weird stuff with the video. They're saying that everyone that was in the crowd is an actor.
That's kind of weird.
Which is when it starts to get really silly. I've had people tell me this about the moon.
Mm.
I'm not gonna say his name, but I think he does watch these videos. You know who it is? Cat boy.
Oh.
Um, um, I was explaining that I don't think it exists, and he was like, "Oh, bro, like why would all of NASA lie to us, and why would everyone do this to us? It doesn't make sense." Well, I guess if you think about it, like if you try to think about it rationally, it wouldn't make sense, but you have to think about it
Unrational.
unrationally, bro. Irrational numbers
Mm,
in math.
like the ones with the little lines.
That's a fraction.
No, no, like
I I think that's like a prime number, Abel.
no, I don't know.
I think irrational number is like would be like a mixed fraction or like an improper fraction because it wouldn't
Oh,
make sense. Or like pi is an irrational number because there's not like a set end to it. I
oh,
think
damn.
I could be wrong because I was not good at math. Um, maybe the government made me not good at math. I don't know,
You could have like changed the world with math.
bro. Because I was actually, bro. I think I talked about this. This might have been the episode that we didn't post actually.
What?
Where I was talking about how I was like really good in school and then I just stopped caring about school.
Yeah,
Was
both
was
of us.
was that the one that we didn't post?
I think so.
Yeah, because I was really good at school and then just eventually I just stopped. Was that the government's doing? Did they know that I was onto something? Time travelers knew that I was gonna do something big, and they're like, you know what? Let's
Fuck
put
this guy.
yeah, fuck this guy. Not literally. I was underage.
Oh yeah,
Um,
good idea.
but like, oh, we're gonna put this in his food and make him dumb. We're gonna poison the water. Chemicals, chemtrails. Um, and more proof is that it's linked to Abraham Lincoln because they're saying that Abraham Lincoln was also a hoax. Not Abraham Lincoln himself, the assassination,
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
The assassination of Lincoln was also a hoax. They say that because the guy who killed him was an actor and they shot him in a movie theater.
Oh, that's pretty
It's pretty damning evidence. Yeah,
set
but
in
they're saying
stone.
that also, like, more seriously, that John Wilkes Booth, the guy who supposedly killed Abraham Lincoln, was also a Freemason. And then I don't know if you've ever seen this, that there's like weird like
Coincidences.
coincidences with
Yeah.
like just the whole lives of Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy that I will break through right now, and obviously the picture will be here.
And
So
it's not thick.
Both Lincoln and Kennedy, what the fuck? It took me a while to notice what the fuck you said. That both of them were congressmen before being president. Lincoln was elected
I
in
thought that was how it worked.
1846
Uh-huh.
and Kennedy was 1946, so 100 years apart. And they were elected president in 1860 and 1960. So again, the same years.
So far, I'm not blown away.
Both of them, their wife lost a child while living in the White House.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. They were directly concerned with civil rights, which I feel like the president
Yeah.
should just be concerned with civil rights. Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy who told him not to go to the theater,
Mm.
and Kennedy had a secretary named Lincoln who told him not to go to Dallas. It's where
That's
he got shot.
that's kind
Right.
of weird.
Yeah. Lincoln was shot in the back of the head next to his wife.
Yeah.
Kennedy was also shot supposedly in the back of the head while next to his wife. Lincoln was shot in the Ford Theater, and Kennedy was shot in a Ford car, the model being Lincoln.
Oh damn. Lincoln's made by Ford.
Yeah, I think it's like a what is it called? Like a
A parent company.
subsidiary? Yeah, it's like yeah, a parent company like Lexus and
Toyota.
Toyota. Yeah,
Dang.
it'd be like that. They were both shot on a Friday. Today's Friday. Um,
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. You're gonna get shot in the back of the head, bro. Nah, you're good. You don't have a wife.
Oh, that's
I think you're
true.
good for the rest of your life, babe. The assassin, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, both assassins, were known by three names, so like their first, middle, and last name, and they had 15 letters in their names.
Whoa.
That's really spooky. Booth shot Lincoln in the theater and fled to a warehouse, where Oswald shot Kennedy in a warehouse and fled to a theater.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Booth and Oswald were killed before being brought to trial. So they were set to go to trial and they were just killed. I don't know by who.
Not
And
me.
I don't think it could have been you.
That's what I said.
Oh,
I
oh,
said
I thought you
not me.
said by me.
No, I said not me.
That wasn't him. May have been me.
Why not?
Why not? No, I love John F. Kennedy and Abraham Lincoln. Um,
How much do you love him?
well, John F. Kennedy not that much actually, but Abraham Lincoln's on like the penny
Oh yeah,
and $5 bill.
yeah. And he did that little slavery thing, but
Oh
the
yeah,
penny.
yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. That too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a big one. That's probably more important, I would say, than
There's only on the
being on
penny.
the penny. Um, there are theories that they were like a bigger part of the conspiracy, that it was like CIA or Abraham Lincoln. I'm not super well versed in the theories, but there's theories. And that both presidents were their successor
Mm.
was named Johnson. So
That
for
could be pretty
Lincoln,
common,
it was Andrew Johnson,
Mm.
and for Kennedy, it was Lyndon Johnson, Lyndon B. Johnson,
Mm.
in 1808 and 1908, respectively.
Mm.
So Johnson in the '08 year, right? 100 years exactly, which I feel like maybe some of these are kind of spooky, but by themselves they wouldn't be anything special. But I
Yeah,
feel like together it's like
that's
there's a
kind of
lot of
weird.
like like they follow like a set routine type thing.
Yeah, it's like in murder cases when they're like they have to give they have to prove someone's guilty without any evidence, but they have to be like, here's the most likely candidate because all of these things line up. You get me? Like,
Mm,
why would you be in this area? And you're also like, you know them, and you also pass by there every week, and you like have this lady's key and shit like that. Like by itself, each of those evidence would not be
yeah,
admissible in
yeah,
court. But if you put all of them together, then you can convict someone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd be
So
something like that.
mm,
What are you doing, buddy? Um, but yeah, there's like this weird thing. I didn't know this group of people existed that thought that there was a hoax for the assassinations of
yeah, I didn't know
JFK and
either.
Abraham Lincoln. I had never heard of that until today, and I just thought it was really funny.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
It's pretty interesting because I guess I kind of think like that. I just didn't about this.
Yeah.
I think everything's a hoax.
Mm.
Like I think the moon is a hoax, and I think outer space is a hoax, and I think all
Sure.
sorts of things are hoax. Is um, but I never questioned like historic events. Maybe I need to start questioning historic events. I don't know. I don't know.
What did I see that was? I don't know. I could have sworn I seen something that someone said was fake. Oh, Logan Paul.
The
Yeah,
most historic event.
yeah. The remember the video he made in Japan that got him like all that
Oh yeah,
backlash. There's people were saying that it could have been faked to like become viral,
yeah. Mm,
but it turned out bad for him.
okay.
People were saying that, and I don't I didn't look at the video fully. I just saw like the beginning. I didn't seem that interesting to me. I just thought about it now because of that. And it's I think it's like 30% of people that believe it was fake. No,
30% people think that
it's fake.
he
He faked
faked
it.
the Japan thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that's
I
pretty
never heard
fucking
about
wild.
that one either. But I don't really care about Logan Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's big and strong though.
Okay. I think this is a good place to move on.
Okay, maybe one more.
Warm up the funny muscles. I'm leaving that in.
Well,
Your fucking mouth stretches, bro.
bro, I'm just
Gobbling that dick.
the brain is a weird thing, right?
The brain?
Yeah, like
Like the
not
organ?
physical. Well, physically sometimes.
Well, yeah, physically it is weird.
Yeah, like a lot of makes a lot of things happen.
Yeah, it's pretty wrinkly too.
Yeah, that's
Not not mine. Mine's mine's
smooth and
mine's yeah,
dynamic.
mine's pretty and smooth.
He was talking.
Yeah, I don't think he was talking to you. I fucking talking to you. Fucking the call of the void, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, you just commanded something inside of me, bro.
It'd be fucking easy to kidnap, dude.
Are you sure he's not calling me, bro? That's not my name. All right.
Man, my brain's pretty and smooth and aerodynamic and cute.
Well, you see, our brain is very important in just well, obviously how it physically functions, how it looks,
Yeah,
and also how we think. And well, we obviously right now we were talking about like how perspectives and stuff of other people, right?
yeah.
Well, have you ever thought about how like we never really like how who was the first person to think of that? Give me? Like imagine how people thought of that before when they were like, I'm the only person that exists. Like they didn't even think anything outside the Earth exists. Well, you still think
Yeah,
that?
I still think that.
Well, like you hear me like how it became evolution of like
Mhm.
grander and grander things.
Yeah,
Like before was it just I exist, that
that guy exists.
yeah, that guy exists, or that guy is completely like just a different thing. You get me? Like just not
What the
he's
fuck
not
does that
real.
mean?
Like how you said about the NPC thing, but like what would be like the older version of that? Because they can't really put that into words. It'd be like, oh, it's just another animal or something like that. I don't know how.
I don't think they would think people were animals.
I don't know.
I think you're describing something that wouldn't have existed.
Probably yeah.
Or maybe like a different tribe guy. He like, oh, that's just a different thing.
Perhaps, perhaps.
Or maybe he's just a ooga booga. They don't have English, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, right.
It's
But
okay, bro. What
but basically, there's had to be experiments to figure all this stuff out, right?
do you mean experiments?
Like psychological experiments, little like tests to like figure out how people think about certain aspects, and
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there are like different ways to figure it out.
Yeah.
Some are pretty innocent and silly, and others have like super like weird and bad effects on you.
Hmm.
And we're gonna go over some of them right now. First one is manufacturing memories. I think I talked about this on like an episode before,
Hmm.
where you can make fake memories. And the main thing about this one was that you could, well, the general idea was you could think about something that didn't happen before and someone could implement it to you. And at first, you'll be like, that didn't happen, bro. Like, I don't remember. No, you'll be like, I don't remember that.
Hmm.
I don't remember that. Like, what had happened. But next time they bring it up, by that time, your brain would already have like created like a placeholder.
Oh.
So, like, you think about that and then you kind of like add to it. So,
Mm.
as the more you add to it, it becomes real.
Well, not real, but
Like,
in your
yeah,
brain
in your
it's
brain, it
real.
becomes real. Like, you
Oh.
100% believe that
Oh, that's
happened.
kind of like pathological liars too, because they create like fake things in their head that even
Yeah.
they believe,
Yeah,
bro.
that could be a big part of like what happens to other people that are generally believe they're genuinely delusional.
Yeah, yeah. Not me though. I do think that the world revolves around me actually, and that God Himself speaks to me.
That's pretty
That happened
schizophrenic
last
again.
week actually. I remember it.
But what they would do is, I think one of the main ones I saw,
Oh shit, I'm bad person full.
oh shit, one of the main ones I saw was they were in juvenile detention center,
Mm.
like a prison for little kids. It was like pretty light security. It was just like, and they were like,
Yeah.
all right, we'll give you guys less time if you guys go in this experiment.
Okay.
And it was one of these experiments. They would like ask them their parents, they would send like a letter to their parents explaining the whole thing, and the parents would send them like stuff that happened in their childhood. They'd be
Hmm.
like, oh, like you remember that time you fell down the stairs or something? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I remember it hurt like this. They'll ask them to elaborate on the thought. And eventually they go, all right, do you remember that time you like shot that dog? And they were like, what? Like, never done that. Like that's kind of weird. And they'll like try to keep like um influencing them to believe that they've committed a crime before,
Uh-huh.
and they got to the point where they literally started committing like then they start committing crimes, but they were like thinking like, damn, I did that, like I'm capable of that,
Oh.
like shit, like I gotta chill.
Mm.
And it got to the point where they did a study on those kids, and they found out that they were more likely to go on to commit more crimes than normal kids. They actually started doing crimes and shit because they were like
Oh, I've
kind of
done it
like tricked their
before.
brain.
I've done it before. I could do it again.
It tricked their brain like being like more evil. Like I don't know why I said it like that. Evil.
Evil.
But yeah, that was one of the things that kind of stood out to me. I was like, they just made these kids kind of criminals, bro.
Yeah.
And they obviously stopped doing that in that
Thank
way.
thank God.
Yeah, I think now they still kind of did it recently, but more like less harmful ways. I think they did it to like this lady and
Remember that time you helped that old woman cross the street?
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
Remember that time you gave me a thousand
I was
dollars?
gonna say that.
Should do it again.
But yeah, like,
Remember that time you hit the subscribe button?
damn, I remember that too.
Yeah, I remember.
The good old days.
The good old days, man. Should do it again.
Yeah, but then they did like start doing it more innocently. When I saw like a more tamer one was like a they were telling this lady about like different childhood events, and then they kind of like try to implement into her brain like she at 6 years old went to a wedding and was a little obviously I said 6 years old. I don't know why I had to repeat that she was a little kid. But she was running around the wedding and she crashed into some kid and then she like fell back and fell into a table and spilled the punch bowl on the bride.
Oh man.
That didn't happen. But they're like they told her she was like when they first started she was like, what? I don't remember that. And they're like, are you sure? And she's like, at 6, I would have been living at this place, but I don't remember a wedding. And the next time she came, she was like, oh yeah, I was at this place and it was my cousin's wedding and like I remember like running around with this kid and it was like kind of like a
Mm,
weird thing, like how that's weird how that happens.
yeah. I
Another
don't know what the point of that would be though.
yeah, it's kind of they were just like I don't know.
Messing with you. Abel, remember remember last week when you burned your hand on the fire pit?
No.
Next week you will.
Shit.
I'm gonna keep telling you, bro, and eventually you're gonna think that you're just hella dumb. I'm gonna make you think also you did all sorts of dumb stuff.
Actually, the thing like I have bad memory. Like it's just known.
Yeah, that's
I
true. You do
I have a
have
bad
memory.
memory. So like what if I feel like I'll be more susceptible to that because I wouldn't be able to be like I'd be like that could have happened. I might have just forgot. You know?
Yeah, yeah, actually, and then to counter that, I think I wouldn't be susceptible to that at all. I
Mm,
think I'd be immune to that, bro.
you'd be like
Because
nah.
I just have a really good memory.
Yeah.
And then even if you told me, I just wouldn't believe you. If you told me that I did something, maybe if you told me that I did something really cool, I'd be like, oh yeah, that was me. I remember doing that. But
You're
if you,
talking to a girl.
yeah,
Oh, bro, I remember the time you gave me $1 million,
oh
bro.
yeah, bro, yeah, come on, man, you know I got you, bro. But if someone tried to tell me like, oh, remember you were a little kid and you did this clumsy thing,
Mm,
even if I did do it, I would say I didn't do it. You know? So yeah, it could probably be used against me for good.
damn.
Yeah. But I just have a good memory. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Talking about good memories. There's this whole phenomenon related around traumatic events that cause your memory to be super photographic around it. Like
Mm.
9/11. A lot of people say they were like, "Oh, I remember exactly what I was doing and
I
like
remember what
where
I
I
was
was
doing.
around when 9/11 happened. What were you doing?"
I was in my dad's nutsack. Yep. That's what I was doing. Floating. Floating around.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say like I was watching TV or something.
We're like a couple months apart, bro.
But basically, this whole like phenomenon.
Which actually, guys, it is my birthday month this month.
Shadow said you
Actually, I
could.
have to check the dates. What if my birthday is on a Friday?
Let me check it.
It is not. It is on a Wednesday.
Unfortunate. But
Fortunate for me.
oh, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think I'd drive out here for
Yeah.
his birthday.
But a lot of people remember like how they found out, where they were, and like what they were doing. You know, that's
Mm.
like the main three. But certain thing people like they wanted to like study that and be like, is that really a thing? Or like they wanted to question the accuracy about like those memories.
Yeah, because it might just be that it's such a significant moment that you just remember, as opposed to like, I don't have a photographic memory of me eating cereal 4 months ago,
Yeah,
you know?
that's what they were thinking. That it was like the general consensus was it was photographic memory of that time because it was traumatic. But they're thinking, how photographic is it? Like,
Yeah.
how
Oh,
accurate could
okay.
it be?
Oh yeah, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, so they actually did a study. The Challenger space rocket.
That's the one that blew up,
Yeah, the one that blew up.
like the teacher and like Big Bird or
Mhm,
something.
yeah, it it launched up, and it exploded. And like a day after, they started doing surveys and asking people questions like, "Where were you? What were you doing? Like, how did you?" Same thing.
Okay.
And they did the same survey like 2.5 years later, and they asked them the same exact questions, and they found that the responses changed
Mm.
like on how they found out. I think the main one was a lady like she said, "Oh, the one day after she was like, oh, I was in school, and then the students around me like were super sad looking at the little TV thing in this classroom." And then later on, the 2 years later, she was like, "Oh, I was at my dorm in fresh." She was at her dorm, and her friend told her, and then they went to the TV and watched it.
Okay.
And I think the main change was, um,
Where she was.
Huh?
Where she was,
No,
that's a
no, no. I'm saying,
banshee.
but like in general,
Oh,
like for
oh,
everybody,
oh, okay.
it was that how they found out
Mm,
was at first it was 20% of people that found out through the TV,
yeah.
and when they interviewed them again, it spiked up to like 40%.
Okay.
That they think they found out through the TV, but in reality it was 20% the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's. Oh, actually, I do know why that is. I remember. Because
Trolling.
as they grow up, as the time passes, they see like the event it
Mm,
repeats on the TV. So it becomes more ingrained in their brain, and that's why they remember it more.
okay.
That's why you
Do you
believe
have
it's
any
photographic.
event like not even traumatic, but that you just remember like that, like vividly like that? Maybe traumatic actually.
Mm, that's not very legal. Uh,
Okay.
let me
What the
think.
fuck does that mean?
Mm, actually, yeah, I was in school one time, and first to third grade, I don't remember which one it was.
Not that vividly, bro.
I just remember like the specific moment.
Mhm.
I needed to go to the restroom, pee pee, and I was like in the playground at school. And recently, my dad has been teaching me like like oh you need to pee, bro, like be a man and go pee on a tree, you know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
bro. I remember my dad. I don't know why he would do this, but he would like, oh, just pee on the car tire, bro. When there was just nowhere else to go.
yeah.
And I think one time like he saw me like just pee on like a random ass person's car.
Damn.
Because I didn't like I was a little kid
Yeah, he didn't
and
really
and I
comprehend.
didn't like connect that this is my dad's car
Yeah.
and he tells me to pee on this.
It was just like, oh, that's your car tire. That's
Yeah,
your restroom.
yeah. So I just walked up to some random ass car and I just started peeing on the tire, bro.
Imagine the owner pulled up like, what the fuck, bro? It's a random ass kid.
A random ass little kid peeing on my car.
You can't even be mad. You just be like, what?
You're just like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
But basically, back to my little story. I, big tree. I just decided to pee on it, bro. I was like, oh, well, shit. I started peeing, and then all of a sudden, oh, like security lady comes up. I don't know why they call them securities. It was like a little staff lady,
Yeah.
and she had like a little high vis vest.
In my school, they would call them noon duty aides.
I
Yeah.
don't remember what they would call them in my school. I think we just call them staff.
Staff.
Yeah, but basically, she pulled up and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was looking, I was like, "Oh, I'm peeing."
Can't you see, bro?
I finished. And she was like, "Do you not know where the restroom is?" And she looked kind of angry. So I was like, "No, I know where the restroom was. I've been to that school for like a good amount of time."
Enough to know where the restroom is.
Yeah,
I
and
probably learned that like the first day.
yeah, but thanks to my superior line skills, I got away with it.
Just thinking on your feet too.
Yeah, I think I was just scared and didn't know what to do,
Yeah.
so I said no. But it worked out for me. But yeah, that's one of the memories I think about quite a bit. I remember when I used to live there, I would like pass by and every now and then I would be like, "That's a tree."
That's the tree.
Yeah, it's a pretty big tree, so I might stay there for a good while. I've That's my mark.
Abel Mar yeah, it's Abel's territory like a dog or like a cat or something, bro.
Yeah, I just wish it wasn't in the school.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of weird.
That is kind of weird.
It was younger than me. It's okay.
Yeah. Still his tree though.
That's my tree.
Yeah. I kind of had that too. Like I don't know. I want to really say this is traumatic, but it was just like a really impactful moment in my life, bro. Is when I found out Kobe Bryant died, bro.
Oh damn.
I just remember that so clearly, bro.
Mm.
Like I remember I was eating Frosted Flakes that morning, bro. But it's so weird because I
They're
normally
great.
I don't even eat breakfast. We're not sponsored, bro. Don't say that.
Oh, they're
Good.
okay.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're okay. They're all right. Not sponsored, bro. I don't even think we can even use their slogan like that.
Oh,
Please don't sue us, Kellogg's. Um, maybe you can sponsor us, and we'll say it all the time.
maybe you.
But back to the thing, the story at hand. I was eating my Tiger cereal that
Yeah.
morning, which is weird because I don't even eat breakfast most of the time. Like I don't even eat breakfast because actually, bro, sidebar story. I think the government is making up that we need to eat 3 times a day.
To get fatter or what?
Yeah, to get fatter and
Mm,
just to eat bigger portions. Because I eat small portions of food. I don't know why, but I
mm,
just do. Like I go out to eat and I'm like, damn, bro, like they give hella food, bro. And I always end up taking it home.
that's true.
And I was talking to my dad and I was saying like, damn, like it's actually funny. We were at where were we? Pancake home. We're not
I have.
sponsored.
Oh,
Fucking able, bro. Not sponsored, bro.
I
Not
thought.
sponsored.
Wait, I thought
Yeah,
that was an actual restaurant, and I was like trying to relate, like, oh, it's like I have.
we were there, and I ordered chicken and waffles, and I was like, damn, this is such a big like a big portion. I was like, I'm not even gonna finish this, bro. And I told my dad, I was like, hey, like I always feel bad because I was like, I always end up taking it home. Like I'm still gonna eat it, right? Like I'm not gonna throw it away.
Yeah,
But I was like, damn, like I feel kind of weird about like leaving food, and I want to finish it. He's like, hey, like if you're done, like you're done.
yeah,
Like you're gonna make your stomach hurt, and I always make my stomach hurt because I always try to finish it. And he's like, that's how they get you, bro. Like they give you like a big ass portion, and
yeah.
then
That stretches your stomach.
yeah, it stretches out your stomach, and then you feel like you have to finish it, and then you kind of force feed yourself, and then that's like a never ending cycle of
Mm,
okay, you finish it, and you force feed yourself so your stomach expands and all this stuff. Because we really don't need to eat that much food. That's why like the U.S. is like one of the most obese countries in the world. I
yeah,
think that's why. It's because the portions are huge and everything's super unhealthy, and they're telling us that we need to eat this big old breakfast with like two eggs and French toast and the juice and the cereal and the
mm.
bacon and the sausage links and pancakes and all that stuff.
When in reality, you just need that if you were The Rock or something,
Yeah,
bro.
if you're like a lumberjack or something,
Yeah,
or I guess The Rock. I don't know if The Rock eats food.
he eats hella food.
Does he?
Yeah, like big plates, like his little challenges, cause he's like super like big.
Oh, or maybe if you're like the Liver King, bro.
Yeah,
But he wouldn't eat that. He would just eat
steroids.
steroids and just raw meat.
Yeah.
Testicles.
Oh yeah, bull
Yeah,
testicles,
bull testicles. Probably should
cow
have
testicles.
specified cow testicles before. I just said testicles. This is gonna be a clip, bro. Just be like testicles. Um, but yeah, that and I think that the government is trying to tell people that we need to eat 3 meals a day, these
Mm,
big ass portions. I only eat 1 meal a day, sometimes like one and a half,
mm,
because I'll eat like a light breakfast, and then I'll eat my food when I get home, and that's just the way I function. I function good. I feel good. I wake up Saturdays, bro. I don't eat anything
mm.
until like 4 p.m.
Oh,
I wake up and I don't eat nothing till
mm.
4 p.m. It's kind of like intermittent fasting, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say fasting. It could be good for you if you know what you're
It
doing.
could be good for you if you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing, but I do it just because I don't want to eat breakfast. And my mom's like, "Oh, don't you get hungry?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't get hungry. I really like, I get hungry at 4, but I end up eating just because I'm bored.
Yeah, I
It's like
feel
a
that.
big thing. I
Mm,
feel like it's a big thing for me. I used to weigh like 30 pounds more than I do now of unhealthy
mm,
weight, just because I would be bored at home, and I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna eat chips and I'm gonna eat candy and I'm gonna eat this, and I wasn't even hungry. I didn't even want it. I would
mm.
always eat
It
and
just
make
tastes
my
good. You're
yeah.
like, oh,
It tastes good and makes my stomach hurt. Actually, another thing too that I've heard before is that the government they're supposedly somehow putting chemicals into fast food, so stuff like McDonald's, like Carl's Jr. and stuff like that. Not sponsored, by the way.
McDonald's and Carl's Senior.
Carlos Sr. And they're putting like chemicals in there that make people like kind of act out and make them susceptible to things, and they make them this apart from making them fat as well.
Mm.
And it's just a big problem, and I think people need to really watch what they're eating, bro.
That's what we said after we went to go eat fast food.
Yeah, but we're not eating a lot, and I don't eat it every day,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. Back to Kobe Bryant though. um, I remember I was eating my Tiger cereal, and my sister walks up,
Mm,
and I think like the day before or 2 days before, the Lakers played in Philadelphia,
mm,
where Kobe Bryant's from, and LeBron passed Kobe Bryant on the all-time scoring list for the NBA. And my sister, she's like, "Oh, like what happened to Kobe?
mm,
Like, have you seen what happened to Kobe?" And I was like, "Oh, like LeBron, he scored more points than him."
mm,
And she's like, "Nah, like something happened to him." Like, what the fucking mean something happened to him, bro?
yeah,
Like that's what happened. That happened like last night or two nights ago. And she's like, "No, dude, like he died, bro." And I was like, "What the fuck you mean he died, bro? Like
yeah. I wouldn't
he
believe
just scored more points than him, bro.
that.
I think he's fine. I don't think that's gonna kill him.
Yeah,
Like he's real competitive. I know he's real competitive, but I don't think he's gonna die from that." And then I remember seeing on the news, but I was like, "Fuck, dude!" It actually hit me really hard because I love basketball. I love the Lakers, and Kobe Bryant was like just that guy.
yeah.
My whole childhood, and it just hit me really hard. And I just remember it so vividly. Like I remember the conversation I had with my sister, like almost like to the T, bro, like to the words. I know people who know movies like scripts, and
The
we be
B
watching the
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
What?
What?
A B movie?
Yeah, the B movie.
I know people who like I knew this girl in high school, and we were watching The Grinch,
Mm.
and she knew the dialogue, bro.
Oh
And I
damn.
was like, bro, can you shut up? I want to listen to them say it, bro. I don't want you to say it.
Which actor plays this role? Oh yeah, let's keep it that way.
Yeah, buddy. You kind of look like the Who's, but that's where the similarity ends. But yeah, and I was like, bro, shut up. But she knew it, and that's kind of me. Like I can't remember like the
Mm,
line of thinking, the line of dialogue. I remember what I was thinking, but I remember thinking like, why the fuck did she say he died, bro? He's
mm.
fine. I remember thinking that to myself. If my sister watches the video, she probably knows. Um, but yeah, that's that's that.
That's the story.
That's the story. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Now going on to like a shorter one.
Hmm.
You know how let's say what color is this?
Like brown,
This,
like purple,
this.
white.
Well, that's obviously really easy to do, right?
Yeah.
Except for me, but in general. Uh
What color is this?
red,
What color is this?
green. I can tell, bro. It's to be like super similar shades.
What color is this?
That's red. I if I squinted, maybe it looks kind of green, but that's
All right.
but basically, have you ever seen that test where it's like red, but it's the word red, but it's like yellow,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
that's it's like that kind of test, and it's like I think it's called the Stroop effect,
Mm-hmm.
Stroop, and it's like that's the easiest way to show it,
Mm-hmm.
but there's other ways like it's in life. Fuck, it's kind of hard to explain. Your brain tries to go for whatever's easier, so it takes
Mm-hmm.
the shortcut.
Okay.
So that's why it's harder for you to guess like oh the colors without
Oh, when they're like
yeah.
in the different color, but it says something else.
Yeah, it takes like a shortcut. So it's like it could be saying that that's what the government could be like implementing like different things in media to like make even though it doesn't look that way, it could be like our brain making a quick shortcut to something else.
Mm.
So they're just on like different ways our mind could be influenced. That's the main thing.
Okay.
Like our mind could be influenced.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Stanford prison experiment?
I have not.
Basically, it was in
I was
Stanford.
actually a recipient of a scholarship offer from Stanford,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
I had to say no because I have a podcast.
yeah. We're busy.
Yeah. You didn't get the offer. I do. I thought.
No, I got it from Harvard
You. That's not true.
twice actually. Yeah.
That's
I declined the first time, and they were like, "Please, Abel."
that's just a lie, bro. Stop. No one's gonna believe you, bro. Stop
Bro,
lying.
I'm not. It happened, bro. So
That
basically,
happened, bro.
the Stanford prison experiment is they
You're
got
gonna
like,
get a call back from Walmart, buddy.
bro, shut up, man. Basically, they separated a bunch of students in the psychological department into two groups:
Yeah.
prisoners and prison guards.
Oh, I think I did hear about
Yeah,
this then.
and eventually it got to the point where the prison guards were actually being pretty fucked up to the prisoners. Like the power dynamic got to their heads, and they were treating them
Mm.
bad. They would like beat them. They would,
Students.
yeah, they would dead ass. They would beat them. Like the
Shit.
prison guards would beat the other ones for like acting out, for talking back. They would beat them. They would treat them like shit, and it got like really bad to the point where like I think it was for money, and they had to stay in for a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
like to meet the requirements. And basically, yeah, it got to the point where it was like the power got to their head. They started like beating treating them badly, which is like, bro, it's an experiment, like
Mm.
chill.
Yeah.
But it got pretty real. So they were like tying that to how if they feel like that during an experiment, imagine how people get
Like
cops.
actual,
Yeah,
yeah, actual cops,
cops.
bro. They do. There's a lot of people who let that shit go to their head,
Yeah,
or even just not even power, bro. Just any little like
yeah.
fame,
Any
bro,
little fame, any little authority.
notoriety.
No, it's a little inside joke,
I don't think it's an inside joke. It's just a word.
but it doesn't make sense in this.
Yes, bro. I know what the word means.
Oh, oh,
Abel doesn't know what notoriety means,
not yet.
and he always says it, bro. He always says it, notoriety. And I'm like, bro, this shit does not make sense in this scenario, bro.
Okay,
He's
next.
learning though. He's
Yeah,
making an effort.
I'm learning.
Yeah, eventually he'll use it, right?
This next one is kind of interesting. Our brains, like somewhere in our brain, like I forgot if it in the front half. It's not a front. I don't know if it's a frontal
Frontal
cortex.
lobe.
It could be that one, but somewhere in the front half, there's this part of our brain that's like responsible for at first what we thought was facial recognition,
Mm.
and obviously it's self-explanatory. We see someone's face and we like kind of tie that to the being of them.
Yeah, thanks for explaining it.
Yeah, but that part we just learned that it can be trained.
Mm.
So like it could also be used on other things, not just faces.
Okay.
Like for example, cars, how like mechanics and shit, like you can show them a picture of a car and they'll be like, oh, that's a this, oh, that's a Mercedes, that's a BMW.
I don't think that's exclusive to mechanics, bro.
I know, I'm just saying like,
Bro, actually, I was a little kid, and my mom says this all the time. She tells people that I was such a genius when I was a little kid, because we would walk. She would walk me to school because we
mm,
didn't have a car, and she would ask me like, "Oh, what car's that?" I was like, "Oh, that's a Ford. Oh, that's a Toyota, and that's a Honda, and that's a this, that's a that." And I was like 4 or 5, bro. And
Damn.
she was like, "Wow, like you just knew all the car brands." And she's like, "How'd you just know them, bro? How'd you just know them like that?" Which
Mm,
doesn't sound like anything special, but I was
yeah,
like 4 years old.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I just thought it was like, ooh, red.
Red car. What,
Oh,
what car is that one? Red car.
that one's kind of like sharp and shit. That one's kind of cool.
Oh, that one looks like a square.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I knew all the brands, bro, and I was on some cool stuff. Um, and that's I guess I peaked at 4 years old.
But yeah, like it could be trained. I think they did this thing where it's like I forgot they call them jeebers. I think it was like Jeebers, something like that. Where it's like a
Shut up, goober. You
it
seen
was
that
like
video, bro?
it
Freaking goober.
was like some kind of like figure that doesn't they just made it up. It looked like it was shaped out of Play-Doh,
Yeah,
and they're like different like forms of that figure, and they like trained a lot of participants to like recognize them and different forms of them. And they got to the point where they would recognize them. They were like able to tell the differences and all that, and just like a face. And they were like, oh, it could be trained. Like you could like teach people to like differentiate not just factors in general, but like have it transferred like have it directly go to the brain like right away. So it'd be like, oh, that's this, like super fast. So like that could be good for like military training.
I think that's just remembering stuff, bro. I don't think
Yeah, but it's like
that deep, bro.
it's more it's deep, bro. Very deep. Okay, man. Cause
It's
like
like
it's like what's this, bro?
it's like a lamp or something.
Or something. We don't know exactly what it is. Ah.
What is the point you're trying to make, bro?
I don't know. Just it's I just like the word
Like
jeepers.
you don't have to train me that this is a mic, bro.
Yeah, but it's like a what kind of mic is it?
I don't care.
What? Oh,
It's a fucking mic.
oh. Okay.
It's a Jeeper mic, bro.
moving moving on. There's this famous dude in psychology. I didn't know about him before.
Yeah.
His name's like H&M, like the little store thing.
Or
I don't know. It's like H&M, but he suffered from
that's his name?
yeah, it's like
How
it's
do you
his
spell that?
initials.
Oh,
H and M.
yeah, okay.
HM for short.
HM. Does he not have a name? Or is it?
I didn't bother.
Oh,
Yeah, they just refer to him as HM because it was like that's what they call him in
all
psychology.
right. Let's give him a name. Let's give him a name.
Herbert
Herbert, Milton.
Herbert Milton.
Herbert Milton.
Hunky Milkers.
Huge milkers, bro. Huge melons, bro.
We're cute. Bro, we're
Call them
20.
huge melons,
We're
bro.
20, bro.
We're what?
We're 20 years old, bro.
We're never too old for some tomfoolery, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like 60 years old if I make it to 60 years old.
Yeah.
I don't think I will, but if I make it to 6 years old, I'm still gonna be laughing at
Yeah.
fucking huge melons, bro.
But basically, huge melons suffered. He suffered from epileptic seizures. Epilep, epileptic seizures.
Good job, man. The first
He
time you said epileptive.
suffered from
Wow, what epileptive classes are you taking this year?
Bro, stop it, bro. I'm trying so hard. I spelled it correctly. I don't know. I can't say it. Epileptic seizures, and because of that,
Epileptic Caesars?
seizures,
Caesar.
seizures, and because of that, a doctor removed part of his brain,
Oh,
a large part of his brain.
oh man.
Like I saw in the video I watched, they like erased part of his brain
Can you
and shit.
see the brain?
Huh? No, it was like a
Oh,
line, and they like showed like a
oh,
little
they erased,
yeah
so they showed what part he had left.
yeah they like erased it like
Oh
it
my
looked like an actual pencil eraser. So I was like it's kind of crazy.
It looks like an actual pencil. That's what's crazy, not the brain, not anything like that. It's crazy that it looked like an actual pencil. Probably was an actual pencil, buddy. It's a drawing.
Basically, it worked. He's no more seizures. No
Good
more
call, man. Good
seizures.
call.
No more seizures. And the only downside was his memory was cooked.
Oh man.
It was like fucked. The
Okay.
only thing he could remember was his name, his address, certain family history. I don't know what that means. Like, oh, that's my mom, probably.
Probably.
Probably like that's my grandma,
Yeah.
or like my grandma, like is my husband. Wait,
What?
grandma's husband is my grandpa.
I don't know what kind of family Abel has.
But basically, going back to this, some childhood memories
Yeah.
and had normal short-term memory. But like, oh wait,
Yeah, you got hella short-term memory.
wait, let's skip that part.
Abel is huge melons, bro.
Shit. But he couldn't form any new long-term memories.
Okay.
That's like the biggest point.
Oh.
This isn't the interesting things coming up. I'm just setting it up. But basically, he couldn't remember, like, let's say he had a caretaker. I forgot what her
Mhm.
name was. I think it was Maribel,
Miracle.
and she was like with him throughout the whole period. And he never learned her name. Well, like he learned it, but he never remembered it. Like he forgot it till the day he died.
Oh, okay.
He never
Oh,
picked it up.
like that Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah,
What is
like
it called? Like 100 First Dates or something?
yeah, it was similar to this.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they probably got it
Yeah,
inspiration of this.
yeah, probably.
But
I like that movie, bro.
yeah,
I like Adam Sandler.
thing that was pretty interesting about that though was let's say um there's a mirror, right?
Yeah.
There's a mirror, like pretend this mic is a mirror
Uh-huh.
and this is blocking my eyesight. He has to
Yeah.
look in the mirror and trace a line with using the mirror only. And of course it might be kind of hard in the beginning, right?
Mm.
And um as days passed and he would do it, he would get better and better, which was kind of weird considering that every time he did it, he thought it was the first time he was doing it.
Oh, okay.
So I was like,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
so it was like even though he didn't know that he did that test before, he was still improving, like more like with motor skills.
Yeah. Like muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what they found out from that study was that like motor skills in general, like walking, riding a bike, and stuff like that, which is the same. You can't forget how to ride a bike, which is in part true. It's easier to remember or like pick it up again.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which
I know how to ride a
yeah,
bike.
you don't know how to ride a
I
bike?
do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they that with that they figured out from that study was that memories in general and motor skills are
Oh,
separate.
okay.
So that was like a huge part of like advancement.
Mm.
So that was kind of crazy to me. I was like, damn, that's weird.
Yeah,
How to
I
get
thought
better?
that it would have been the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember doing this.
Yeah, I don't remember how to write this word or something.
Yeah, I don't remember cursive, bro. I don't know how to do that.
I remember cursive. I'm pretty
I
good
know
at
we
cursive.
did it. I don't know how to do it anymore. Cause I remember, bro, it's always bothered me, bro. Cause they were all the teachers were telling us when you're an adult, all you're gonna do is write in cursive. And when you get to, and even in like elementary, when they were teaching us like, oh, in middle school, you're gonna have to do all your assignments in cursive, which was true for like a couple months.
Yeah.
And then they're like, nah, just turn it in on the computer. Huge melons.
Yeah.
Pretty good, man. I don't know if that's actual cursive though, cause I don't know what it looks
But just read it.
like. It could be just be like a fancy font.
Oh, that's true.
Um,
Calibri.
yeah, Arial Times New Roman. Um, and then they're like, oh, when you're an adult, when you go to high in middle school, like, oh, when you go to high school, you're gonna have to write in cursive.
Hmm.
And in high school, when you get to college, you're gonna have to write in cursive.
Yeah, a bunch of lies
Yeah, a bunch of lies,
with
man.
misinformation.
All sorts of misinformation.
I don't like that.
Schools, man, they spread all sorts of lies to us, man.
Talking about that, so have you heard of the Russian sleep experiment?
I've heard the term,
Mm.
but I've never
You don't know
like
what it is at
I
all.
don't I don't know anything about what it is,
Okay, so
other
basically,
than it involves sleep in
mhm,
Russia.
yeah, basically a bunch of Russian scientists thought would be a cool idea to see what happens when people don't sleep for
Mhm.
extended periods of time. So they
Define extended.
like weeks.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah, so they put them inside a chamber, airtight chamber,
Oh,
and they at first they would just supply normal oxygen,
yeah.
and then they like I forgot I don't know what chemical was. I'm not a scientist, but they put in a certain chemical that didn't let you sleep.
Oh.
And basically they would just leave them inside the airtight chamber with that chemical, and they would just go by. It was like 4 or 5 people,
Mhm.
and they would just live their daily tasks. And it got to the point where eventually it just started getting more and more savage, like not conforming to any societal roles at all, just
Oh, okay.
shit everywhere, like
Oh, like actual
like
shit,
actual like
like
animal shit. Yeah, like yeah, like
animal shit. Where do they get animal
no,
shit
like
from?
animalistic tendencies.
Oh,
Yeah, like they would just like do whatever, like just fuck around. And they finally, when they opened it, like there was dead people. Like people would try to attack them. They were like all crazy and shit.
mm.
And it's like a huge popular thing on the internet. The thing is though, that's fake. It's just an urban
Oh, it's like a
legend.
hoax.
It's a hoax. It's like an
Oh,
urban legend type thing. And well,
would have
basically,
been a lot cooler if you didn't say that.
I'm just saying like
I would have
like
believed it.
you said the lie thing. You were talking about lies before, so it was like
Oh,
misinformation.
oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But
When I spread misinformation online, bro.
well, basically, I thought that was at first when I saw like a video on it because I don't know, I like weird videos about psychology and like
Yeah.
different stuff, which is why I have a lot of topics about this. But I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? That's
Oh
weird
shit.
as fuck, bro. What happened?
No, it was a mosquito on me.
Damn.
They don't care about the light, bro.
There's a couple in there, a couple fellas. Whatever. But yeah, it's
Like
fake.
me better,
It
bro.
kind of I don't know why it bummed me out a little bit, but I was
That
like,
it thought
damn.
it was fake.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just cool. Like I feel like most things, if you just learn it's fake, it'll bum you out.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
I'm sure if our friend Catboy learned that the moon wasn't real, he'd be pretty bummed out.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
see that.
like people just like having things to believe in, and they like thinking
Mm,
that they're right. And like if I found out the moon was real, I'd be kind of
mm.
bummed out.
Yeah, that's yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I can see that. So basically, moving on to the next one, the frontal cortex. You said that before. You said frontal lobe. Same shit.
yeah.
It's very important.
Could be the same shit. I've
Yeah,
seen it before.
yeah, that's true. But basically, there was this guy. I don't write his name down, but it was kind of important in the terms of psychology and shit.
Not important to have your name written
But
down.
basically, he was like walking around like a construction site, like building railroads and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
the guy that
and this
they.
happened to him.
Oh, I know his name. Phineas Gage, bro.
Yeah,
I remember his name.
yeah,
I have a good memory, bro.
yeah. Man, that's pretty good actually. I
Yeah,
drew a
'cause
little picture. I'll show you guys.
I remember we. I could just show the actual
Yeah.
picture. Oh, because I remember in high school I had psychology. We had to take it for a semester.
Mm,
I don't know if we had to, but I had it. And I remember that there was like a little explosion, and like one of the
yeah.
pieces of something
Of the slash railroad
of the
spike.
railroad, a rail spike, that's what it was, kind of went into his head.
Mm.
Yeah,
But basically, it went into his head, came
Phineas
out,
Gage.
landed like
I need
30.
to make sure if that's actually his name. If I said it wrong, I'm gonna feel like a goober.
That's gonna be funny.
No, that was his name.
Oh, nice,
Yeah, he is
nice.
holding the railroad spike.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's another part of the story. But he basically, it went in his eye, went out his head, and landed like 30 feet away,
Mm.
with part of his brain like right
Like a
next to the spike.
javelin, bro.
Yeah,
Like
that shit
that
was
thing in
crazy.
the Olympics, bro. And they go
Yeah, but
like a
like super
spear,
more faster.
super more fast.
Yeah,
That's how fast it was.
but basically he survived and recovered
How much faster are you? Super more.
like fast. But basically,
Like me running.
he survived and recovered
I run pretty fast, bro, actually.
like how fast?
Like the US Olympics team asked me to go to the Olympics,
Mm,
but I said no. I said I couldn't do it.
because of the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause of the podcast. Kidding?
That's kidding.
Taking back outside probably.
Probably. Yeah. But going back to this, he survived and recovered. The big change with his brain though was there's different parts of your brain that kind of regulate what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this I forget what the terms are. There's like ego, id, and shit like that. But one of them is
Stu.
no. But one of them is basically all your animalistic tendencies, all your primal shit,
Mm.
and the other one regulates that. Like,
Okay.
oh, should I do this or like not? You know,
Nah, I shouldn't do that.
like when someone like, for example, an example I saw was holding in your left, like in class or like something like that.
I didn't have that part.
Like, hard sometimes it's harder than other times, but it's like
Yeah,
shit like that, like being able to control stuff in certain social situations. And he kind
yeah.
of lost a lot of that in the beginning. He would lash out at people. He would just like start like cussing at random, and he couldn't hold down a job anymore because of that.
Mm.
And over time, he got better at it. Like I think he like got into a job at a managing a stagecoach,
Okay.
and people say he would like normal tendencies and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool.
Pretty
Good
cool.
job.
This missing part of his brain.
Yeah, good for
A
that.
lot of people have all of their brain and they can't have a job.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people,
That's true.
certain people.
Going back to okay, not going back to moving on to certain people that are not attracted to us, children.
Oh,
They aren't very good with perspective in general.
yeah.
And this study where it was like, for example, if you're looking at like this table from your perspective,
Uh-huh.
and I asked you how would it look from my perspective, I would give you like options. You would, if you were like a young kid, you would pick your perspective, even though I told you to look at it from my perspective.
Oh, like
Yep.
you would just think everyone looks at it the
Yeah,
same as you.
yeah.
Okay.
And they did that experiment, and they were like that happened with like little mountains and shit. They like put like little mountains, and the kid would always pick this side, no, even though they said all from my perspective. And there was another silly one I saw.
Didn't know what the word perspective means,
No,
bro.
they told them the way they understood because they knew what they were saying, but it was like
Approximately, if our perspectives were switched, what do you think the picture would appear to be? Like, bro, come on, bro. The little kid, he doesn't know what that
there was
means.
another one where they put coins in two rows, and they were like, which one has more? And it was these, and they always chose this one, the top one.
Oh, cause it's like it's longer.
Yeah, it looks like it has more.
Yeah.
And
You should send me those so I can
yeah,
see
I'll
them.
take a little picture. And they did the same thing with this. They poured like this two cups. They had two
Oh, I
cups,
remember that.
and like right in front of the kid, they put two even cups, and then they poured another one to a taller cup, and they showed it to him, and he was like, "This one," and they're like, she was like, "Oh, why do you think that?" He was like, "Cause this one's taller."
Yeah, I remember they would do
Yeah,
that to us in school, bro. It was always like water in a glass and
mm,
water in a bowl.
yeah,
And then it was like, oh, which one has more? And everyone would be like, the glass, cause it's taller. And we
yeah,
wouldn't like this way. You know, the bowl would be like this, and the glass would be like this.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Basically, that's another one that was
I
like,
still guess he would like to this day,
yeah,
bro.
it's kind of silly.
Yeah, like you're an adult, bro. You still don't have perspective, bro.
And there's a another big one, conformity.
Mm,
A conformity means when you like try to copy other people to like fit in.
mm-hmm.
But
Thanks for explaining that.
yeah, there was this experiment where it was an experiment on one person, but they
Uh-huh.
had like, let's say like 5 or 6 people, so 5 or 6 to 20 people.
So was it all
But they
one
were,
person?
yeah, but they were all in on it,
Oh,
and it was on the experiment was on that one
the
person.
Truman Show.
Yeah, basically like that. Yeah, and they gave them like obvious questions, like
Mm-hmm.
super obvious questions, like this. They were like, which line is this one? Like, which line is the same as this?
Uh-huh.
It's B, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh, at first they would be like the first two questions would be like, well, the way it was set up was, I'm doing it from your perspective.
Yeah.
All of these guys were in on it, and the last guy was the
The he was like the test.
yeah, the testy. So they all
The last guy was the testy, bro.
what's wrong with me, bro?
I don't think we can get into that right now. That'd be a whole episode of its own.
Basically, the guy,
20 years old, man.
yeah, that's the guy that tested the stuff on.
Yeah.
And
Test subject.
yeah, basically they would at first for the first two questions they would answer correctly. They'd be like, oh,
Uh-huh.
it's this one, this one, this one. And he'd be like, oh yeah, it is that one.
Yeah.
And by like the fourth or fifth question, they'd be like, they would say the wrong answer, and it was an obviously wrong answer. And
Well,
they would,
like the group?
yeah, the group would be like, all right,
Mm.
it's B, 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 but it's C, obviously. And
Yeah.
then and the other guy was like, oh, it's B. He would like
Oh,
confirm to their
okay.
answers.
Yeah, yeah.
And at first, they were like, they were like, they would ask him, they'd be like, oh, why'd you do that? They're like, some of them were like, oh, if they're right, they all said it was right, so I guess it had to be right, you know?
Mm.
And others were like, oh, I guess it didn't really matter. I just, they all said it, I might as well say it too, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Those are like the main two.
yeah.
And they
Mm.
said that over 75% of the people that were tested conformed over 18 trials at least
Okay.
once. So that's a pretty large number.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if it's that easy with such a small group of people, because I think the max they did was like 20.
Uh-huh.
And they said the higher the amount of people, the more likely you are to conform. So imagine in like society
Oh, yeah,
with
bro.
large
We live
populations
in
and
a
groups of
society.
people, how much they would influence each other and other people to believe in their ideas.
Yeah, yeah. Like the existence of outer space.
Yeah. Or the fact that stuff is true or not.
That stuff is true, or that stuff is bad or good even.
Yeah.
And
Very
people
important stuff.
oh, like this guy, oh, I don't want to be left out. I don't want to be like the only person who thinks this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go along with the group.
Instead of being a free thinker, you're kind of just
Yeah,
a tree.
a paid thinker,
Yeah.
a cost thinker,
It's true. It's not free
slave
anymore.
thinker.
Damn.
Opposite of free.
Yeah. Slaves are bad.
Slavery is bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good correction.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's always something that I think about, bro, because I feel like a lot of people just get kind of lost in the sauce, bro, and they don't really have any like opinions on anything.
Mm.
And that's like it's like an echo chamber, bro. Like old people who watch Fox News,
Yeah.
like, oh, they start saying things that they just see that they say on the news, and they don't really think about it like
Mm. Critically.
objectively.
Yeah.
Or people who watch CNN, I don't want to just pick on one group of
Yeah.
people. They're like, oh, this is the way this is, and then they don't see like another perspective, and that's all they see. And
That's
it
probably
goes back to perspectives
that's
as
the
well.
biggest problem in
Yeah,
society.
yeah, and then they're just like, okay, like this is what everyone else is thinking, and then people are so confused, like, oh, how do other people think
Yeah.
differently, bro?
I think one of the biggest things I saw recently was a huge percentage of people don't even like they don't care about anybody else that has different ideas than them.
Mm.
Like they don't care about them at all. Let alone like would want to be their friends. Just don't care about them at all.
If you believe in outer space, I care about
Yeah, like I don't think what you believe in should dictate.
you. I'll give you a big old kiss. Then I didn't say that, bro.
But basically, a large portion of people would not date anybody that has different political views than them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's a huge
Bro,
thing
actually, I had a girl trip out on me
because you like um
because
mm,
I didn't even like it, bro. Because I followed the president on Twitter.
damn, she tripped on you because of that.
She tripped out on me. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Um, I follow the president. Like I don't. It doesn't matter who it is. I followed Trump when he was president.
Mm.
I follow Biden when he's president. I just think it's interesting, and I want to be informed
Also, Trump's a
from
pretty
the
entertaining
source.
guy.
Trump is also a pretty entertaining guy,
Yeah.
and
I don't know. I'm not into his policies. Like I don't really care.
yeah, honestly, I don't even care about
Yeah,
the policy. I just thought he
care.
was funny,
Yeah,
but also I do like to be informed, and I
yeah.
would like to see what the president says, like, and not have it like
Misconstrued.
the news said the president said this. I
Yeah,
want to see what the fuck the president said.
yeah.
So I followed him to be up to date with the news, and she like checked, bro. She checked all my followers and shit like that.
It's kind of weird.
And instead of like, oh, why do you follow this girl? She was like, why the fuck do you follow Donald Trump? And I was like, she's a fucking president, bro.
Yeah, not my president.
What the fuck? And yeah, she got upset, bro. She got mad.
Yes, I think that's kind of weird because like right now the main thing in society is echo chambers. That's a huge part.
Yeah,
Like what you said. Like you don't even want to listen to anybody that has another
yeah.
opinion to you, which should be
I
the
wouldn't,
opposite.
however, I wouldn't date someone who likes my rival sports team. I like Chivas, bro.
What about you don't want to date someone that likes America, bro?
No,
No.
no, I would not. I would not do that.
I'm racist against America fans,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Unless you're bad.
I'll make an exception if
Yeah,
you're
I'll make an
very
exception.
attractive.
Yeah, I'll make. No, I could look past it.
But going back to the echo chamber thing, a lot of people would prefer to be in the echo chamber and have their ideas like reinforced, even if
Yeah, because people just like being right,
yeah, they just like being right rather than being correct,
and then rather than being informed.
rather being challenged, I guess.
Yeah.
Because obviously through adversity comes greatness. I don't know if that's a real saying, but it makes sense.
What made her saying now?
Yeah, with adversity comes greatness. So you need to have your ideas challenged if you want to get to the bottom of things, you know?
Yeah, because if you just hear like yes men, bro, like you just hear everyone saying like, oh yeah, that's true, yeah,
Yeah,
oh you're so good, you're so great, and you never have anyone like, hey man, like
yeah,
it's kind of ass. Your music fucking sucks, dude.
yeah. You're never gonna get better.
And you're just gonna think you're doing everything good, and you're just not gonna improve.
Try doing that, guys.
Yeah, try doing that. Try being well informed in society and make smart choices. And really briefly, guys, last week we talked briefly about the Spain
Mm,
World Cup kiss.
If you guys didn't see the thing on the TV, let's recreate it real quick.
I'm not gonna do that. If you forgot or if you didn't watch it or whatever,
Mm,
I don't know why you didn't watch last week and you're watching this week, but I guess. Um, so after the Spain team won the World Cup, a player was, they were celebrating, all players were celebrating, and the president of the federation kissed one of the players, not like that, just
oh,
briefly,
oh yeah.
like briefly kissed her on the
High
mouth,
five. High five.
briefly kissed her on the mouth, and it just got like a whole it was a whole big issue, and they were saying that she was harassed by him and that he just did it unconsensually. He just the video, like, honestly, it did look bad
Yeah,
because he grabs her like this and just like and the team, like, they threatened to like not play anymore, and they wanted the guy banned. New information has come to light because obviously he's fighting the
yeah.
case. He's
I think
fighting
that was like a huge point of it was like I think UEFA or some FIFA or
FIFA,
UEFA
yeah, FIFA.
they stood with him. Like they stood with him and they said, "Oh no, we're not gonna fire him." And everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Like they were outraged and everything. Like hella
Might have been the
players,
Federation,
yeah,
the Spain Federation.
yeah, hella players sided against him. Obviously sided with the women's team. I think all of Sevilla sided
Oh yeah, I did
with
see
him.
that. Yeah, if you're not up to date with soccer, it's just soccer teams. But yeah, because the Federation said we're not gonna fire him. We're gonna suspend him. No, FIFA suspended him.
Mm.
Spain said they're not gonna fire him. FIFA's like, hey, we're under investigation. We just have to suspend him just because it's an ongoing investigation. We have to, and it's still ongoing, I guess. But there's been like new information coming to light. There's a video. where the guy he's like giving like a press conference or something, and he says that he asked her because he's saying like, hey, like this wasn't unconsensual. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
kissed her, which is bad. Like maybe I shouldn't do that, but spur of the moment type thing. Um, I've never won the World Cup before, but I assume I would be kissing people, not you. Um, I knew you were gonna say some silly stuff, man. And he's like, hey, like I probably shouldn't have, but he was just trying to fight that it wasn't
Yeah.
unconsensual, wasn't harassment, that she agreed to. And he said like they hugged because he was hugging everyone, and he asked her, he's like un piquito, which is like a little kiss, like a little peck, and she said, yeah, go for it, and he kissed her. And they like zoomed in like super close to in the video to him, and you kind of see him like say it, and she got kind of goes like this,
Mm.
and then they kiss. There's another video of the players like on the bus afterwards, and all the whole team, they're like kind of like getting on Jennifer, on Jenny,
Mm.
that's the woman. They're getting on her because she kissed him. He's like, oh, she kissed Ruby Rubiales. She kissed Ruby, and like, oh, did you like it? And she's like, honestly, no, I didn't. But they were like making jokes and laughing.
Mm.
Like I feel I've never been. No, actually, I have been sexually harassed, and I do make jokes about it actually.
Me too, actually. I don't make jokes about it though.
But I'm not a woman,
Yeah, me neither.
so I don't understand a woman's perspective in that sense. I think she wouldn't be making jokes about it like that, and her teammates probably wouldn't be making jokes
Yeah.
about it either if she was actually sexually
Also,
harassed.
with the thing that you said about the video zooming in and seeing like them talk, I actually saw someone say that the opposite of that. Like I saw the other side that they said, "Oh, we didn't see that happen. Like they just went for the kiss." So I don't know because I didn't see the video at all.
I could put the video here. I
Yeah,
could show it to you afterwards.
yeah.
¿Qué es eso, tía?
¿Y qué dice Sara?
¿Cómo es que Lizana?
Por otra vía. Segundo punto.
Madre
Cuando se termine esa, hay que
mía.
enterarnos.
Diga la historia.
¿No la habéis visto? Cuando acabe eso, y aquí sabes que te vas a casa al día siguiente, ¿no? Pues a las 9:30 en la Moncloa.
A las 9:30.
¿De quién? Ruby con la Jenny que sale un pico. Tío, pasa, tío. Presi.
Ay. Y yo le dije, olvídate del penalti. Has estado fantástica y sin ti no hubiéramos ganado este mundial. Ella me contestó, eres un crack. Y yo le dije, ¿un piquito? Y ella me dijo, vale. Fue el piquito durante todo este proceso con varios manotazos en mi costado y despidiéndose con un último manotazo en el costado y yéndose.
That's how I know you don't watch the TikToks I send you.
I don't
So I
watch
sent that.
TikTok at all,
I
dude.
sent that to you like a week ago, buddy.
I'm get on TikTok, man.
This guy, man. I sent him all sorts of cool stuff. He doesn't even look at it. What do you do, bro?
The bread so they can hear it.
Okay, man. That's real crazy. Uh, but yeah, it's just an ongoing thing, and there's developing stuff. Cause at first it looked bad, and everyone's like the news is saying that it's bad. Like, oh, he's this and he's that. But it's honestly to me, like I'm not like those guys who are like, oh, women they make stuff up all the time. But it just looks like this is made up, honestly. Just because the way she was talking about it and like
I don't have any opinion on
making
that.
fun about it. I don't really care, honestly. Like I care a little bit, like it's interesting, but I'm not like invested, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that I saw, and since okay, you can't see that. What the fuck? And since we talked about it here, I wanted to make sure everyone was up to date in case you're not up to date.
Form your own opinions.
Yeah, form your own opinions, look at the videos yourself, or don't if you just don't care, you know. What you should do though is like and subscribe. You should like and subscribe and share it with a friend.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think that's it.